This is a very specific message, so it won't relate to everyone. If it's not for you, just keep scrolling. But I've been called to talk about my own journey in opening up my heart from the little frozen solid rock that it was until quite recently, into becoming open so that I can actually feel emotions. Can you believe it? And now can cry at the drop of the hat, which I do enjoy. I was a very type A person. I probably still am, to be perfectly honest. And I believed that if something was going to cause me pain, I could deal with it through the power of my mind and just my sheer willpower to chew up that pain, to kind of spit it out and to grow from it. And you can actually do that for a while. It did serve me quite well. I certainly became very, very strong. It's like sharpening a knife against a stone. You know that saying, what doesn't wear you down sharpens you up. There's some saying like that. I'm butchering that, but anyway. So that really served me well for a while because I didn't feel any pain, and quite sort of traumatic, romance disappointments in my life, I could actually just chew up and keep a fucking poker face. It was my overriding goal was for nobody to understand that I was hurt. And I succeeded. I was fucking good at it. And there have been a few nights in my life where I was like, I am going to be the most sparkling self possible. And, I nailed it in the face of like devastating betrayal, let's say. So I was quite proud of that. And I felt very strong and empowered by it, which is kind of addictive. When you're a type A person, you sort of feel invincible. The problem with that is, as time goes on, you have actually made a wall around your heart and nothing is going to go in and nothing's going to come out. And it is a very frozen kind of vibe. And I made it my mission. I was like, I would like to feel feelings and not feel like trapped behind glass. People would tell me sad things about themselves and I'd be like, that sounds bad. Anyway, just in the last couple of years, I did set myself the goal of opening up my heart. And friends, the embarrassing truth is I had to focus on a cat. The only way I could summon up any kind of feeling of love was to think about the cat that's in my family. I love that little cat. And it was only through really drilling down into that emotion. So what I'm telling you is, the advice is, find one thing that you do love. And I don't care if it's a pot plant that you've been nurturing, or if it's a pet, or if it's a tree that you enjoy looking at out of your window and you enjoy watching it change with the seasons. If there's something you feel a connection with of any sort, lean into that and feel the love coming back to you from that creature or thing. And when you get that going, when you really, especially when you're loving on the cat or on the thing, or even if it's a person you've got a crush on, if you're loving on to something else, the trick is to switch it around and imagine yourself looking at yourself in the mirror and feeling that exact same thing, but not directed to the cat anymore, not directed at your crush anymore, directed back at you in a mirror. And it is a powerful, potent little exercise, let me tell you. It is quite profound. So on that note, I'm going to give you some cards that may or may not summarize actually your situation as it relates to your heart. I'm going to pull a few cards. I'm just trying to get here which ones I'm pulling. Okay, I'm going to pull three cards from my own personal love oracle deck, just in case they resonate with you for where you are in your journey as you open up your heart. It is the interesting fact about emotions is they say they only last about 90 seconds. They come in a wave. If you allow them to hit your heart as you're feeling them, rather than go, nope, I'm sending that back somewhere else. If you actually allow your heart to process these feelings, that it's a wave that you surf, and then the energy depletes. If you by blocking it, you really have to do a lot more work, and you are sort of trapping it in your body, trapping the energy, trapping the emotions somewhere else. You're displacing it, and you know, you can end up with quite a system that is on high alert all the time, tense, anxious, because you've got so much emotion that is trapped. And believe me when I say I'm the biggest chicken in the world. I still am a big chicken, but allowing yourself to feel searing pain actually in your heart, and just crying and letting it out, it is really cathartic. Crying is so good for you. You feel so good afterwards. So don't be afraid of a good old cry. A shower is a great place to have a cry, because you're also cleansing as you're crying and weeping and purging and getting out some of those feelings. And you really do feel so good after. You actually feel lighter afterwards. So do not be afraid of emotions. Take it from me, it can be done. Okay, there's the first card. Here's the second card. Here's the third card. Just in case these are helpful. Okay, so maybe you've got someone in your energy field that you're thinking about. Well, they are honest, so that's good. And you're being called to be honest in return. So maybe you can take a little bit of heart. I didn't mean to make that pun, but anyway. Flirty but flighty, so keep it light. Maybe they're a bit flighty, maybe they might be scared easily. So keep it, have a light touch there. And the third card out was no agenda. So again, I'm thinking, keep it light, keep it flirty, be honest, and have no like goal in mind, no fixed outcome that you're determined to make happen. And that can help you open up the emotional flow between two people. Keeping it light, be honest, and don't have the fixed agenda, because any fixed expectation is where misery comes from, quite honestly. We all know that. The more you look forward to something, the bigger the expectations you have around things going a certain way, the greater the likelihood you're going to be disappointed. So I'm going to get 3 cards also out of my new Twin Flame Oracle deck. It's so big that I actually have to break it into 2 piles. So let's see, I'm getting 1 out of this pile, getting 2 out of this pile, and I'm going to look at the same time as you. Sorry it's such a long message, but you know, hey, well, that one's flying, and this one. All right, what have we got here? Our love is eternal. It exists in every dimension and cannot be lost. Well, that is cute. So, you know, I'm not going to say anymore. Shut up. All right. Union. We are one. Don't let fear get in the way of this truth. Wow, there's something big here, you guys. So you are being encouraged to, communication. You think I'm not listening to you, but I am. I hear everything you say and even replay our conversations in my head. So you may be feeling frozen. You may be feeling trapped. You're not used to, you might be that type A personality like me that's not used to sharing. And especially honesty is very difficult, because you'd just rather people not know your private business. I totally get that. But the key is to keep it light, keep it honest, have no agenda, because this is something big. Take it easy. Opening your heart should be a gradual process so you don't freak the fuck out. There's no harm in taking things slowly, but there is some beautiful stuff here, guys. So I hope this message found whoever it was supposed to find today, and I'm wishing you so much abundance, love, and joy.